The University of Haifa launched an academic course on American Jewry as reflected in popular culture. To understand how the way America sees the Jewish community has evolved and changed over the years, Dr. Avner Shavit, film critic of the Israeli website Walla and lecturer at Haifa University's Rudderman program, is joining me now in studio. Dr. Shavit, pleasure having you with us today.
It's my pleasure.
Well, first of all, American Jewry has always had a prominent role in the film and TV industry, especially in the early days of Hollywood. Do they still have a prominent role in this big industry?
More than ever. There are more Jews than ever on American TV. That's why it's so natural to discuss this in the university. And the reason is there's more representation of the Jewish community because there's just more representation on American TV of minorities. And Jews are a minority, not in Israel, but they are in the States.
Is there such a thing that you could categorize as a Jewish movie, per se?
That's the question. What makes a film a Jewish film? If the director, if the screenwriter is Jewish, does it make the film Jewish? If so, most films are Jewish. If the characters are Jewish, does it make the film Jewish? I want to share a story. 4 years ago at Cannes Film Festival premiered a film by Noah Baumbach, a very Jewish name, called The Meyerowitz Stories, starring Ben Stiller, Adam Sandler, Dustin Hoffman, all the famous American Jewish actors. I sat next to a friend of mine, a Canadian Jewish film critic called Matt Hoffman. And after the ending of the film, I said, it's funny that the filmmaker is Jewish, the actors are Jewish, there's nothing Jewish about this film. And he said, are you joking? This is the most Jewish film I've ever seen. Because Israelis and American or Canadian Jews, they define Jewish in a completely different way. That's what's so fascinating.
So you lead me to another question. Is there a difference between the way Jews are portrayed in the TV and film industry and the way Israelis are portrayed in the TV and film industry? And who can actually, notice these differences on film?
Well, there's nothing Jewish about the Israelis portrayed in American TV. Usually they're Mossad agents.
And, we spoke about it, me and you, about a couple minutes ago, that Americans are very drawn to also Israeli TV shows or TV shows that have to do with Judaism recently. We're talking about unorthodox or fauda. What is it that draws Americans to these TV shows?
I think there's two different explanations. Why fauda? I think Americans, they watch fauda, they try to understand the conflict. And how is it that such a small area, the Middle East, influences the geopolitics so much? And they watch fauda to try to understand the conflict. Why do they watch unorthodox and shtisel? I think it's because they're more drawn to spirituality and to religion.
Well, Dr. Shavit, thank you very much for joining us today for this fascinating topic.